Kate! Why didn't you tell me about this? We're friends, aren't we?
Oh, hey, Hannah. It's been a while since we last talked. I'm sorry, but I'm not sure what this is about.
I heard some rumor that you're going out with Tom. Is that really true?
Yeah, it is true. We've been dating for about a year now. I guess I didn't get around to telling you about it. I kind of thought the word would have gotten around about it.
It would have been nice to hear about it from you directly. I had no idea at all until very recently. I'm kind of surprised that you guys have managed to keep dating for that long. I really don't know how I feel about you guys dating, though.
How come? Do you have something against him or something?
You know that he's my ex-boyfriend, right? Of course I'm gonna feel a little uncomfortable. You're also my friend, so it's just weird for me.
Yeah, I know about that. You guys were dating back in college. I don't really get why you'd feel weird about it, though. It was like 7 or 8 years ago that you guys were dating. Also, we weren't ever that close, in my opinion.
How can you say that? I'd say we're pretty good friends. I'm kind of shocked that you're willingly dating one of your friend's ex-boyfriends, though. It's kind of gross. I expected better from you.
I don't think it's weird that I'm dating your ex. You've done something pretty similar before. You dated your basketball teammate's ex-boyfriend, if I recall correctly. Isn't that like the same thing?
Oh, did something like that happen? I don't really remember.
Yeah, it did happen, and I know that you remember it. So anyway, why did you decide to text me today? Was it really because you found out that I was dating Tom?
Yeah, I thought I'd be nice and tell you something. I really don't think you should date him. It's not a good idea at all.
Why would you say something like that? I'm very happy with how things are going with him right now.
You should just be quiet and listen to me. Have you seen his parents' house? They live in an old and rusty house in the outskirts of town. Him and his family must be so damn poor to live in a place like that. He was kind of fun to date, but he's definitely not husband material. You should find a different guy as soon as possible. Thank me later.
Oh, I think I know the place that you're talking about. It's not something that I would break up with him over either.
So you've seen it before then? That place is a complete wreck. I could never imagine living in a place like that.
I've been over there a couple times already. That place isn't actually his parents' house, though. It's an old house that Tom's been renting out for himself.
Wait, what? He's the one renting that place so that he can live alone?
Yeah, pretty much. He still lives there right now.
That's kind of weird. I thought most people that live alone tend to rent out apartment rooms. Surely there is no need for him to rent out a whole house, let alone a house like that.
He told me that he likes weightlifting and wanted some extra space to himself. Renting out a house made more sense for him than a small apartment room. He also doesn't really have to worry about making noise because he doesn't live in an apartment complex. He's sitting next to me right now, and that's his reasoning behind living there.
So he's still that gym rat that he always used to be? So you guys are together right now then?
Yeah, we're on a date right now. We're planning on going to eat at a nice restaurant.
Oh, I'm sorry to be interrupting such an important date.
It's no problem at all. Did you have anything else that you needed to say to me?
I'm actually about to go on a date with my boyfriend as well. He's completely different to Tom, though. He outclasses Tom in pretty much every single way. He looks fabulous and he has a really great job. Just absolutely elite all around. Bet you're jealous.
Well, good for you.
Anyway, gotta go now. He's waiting for me. See ya! Hey, Kate. Are you seriously planning on continuing to date Tom?
Why are you asking me this? Of course I'm planning on continuing to be with him. Our relationship is going great. I really like being with him.
He has such a bleak future ahead of him, though. He has a terrible salary at a tiny company, right? You should definitely try to find a more successful guy to date. We're not young anymore, He's definitely not the kind of guy that you want to get married to.
I don't really care about his salary. That's not something that I value. I'm sure that we're going to be fine in the future if I keep on working a full-time job as well.
That would mean you wouldn't be able to become a housewife, though. That's like the best thing about being a woman. A housewife doesn't have to work at all. My boyfriend earns over $100,000 a year. He's completely different when compared to Tom. It means that I can become a housewife in the future and not have to worry about money again.
I remember you saying that it was your dream to become a housewife or something. You always said that you wanted an easy life without having to work.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. To be completely honest, the reason why I broke up with Tom was because of this. I knew that I'd have to keep on working if I got married to him. He doesn't earn enough to support a family by himself.
So that's the reason you broke up with him. I guess everyone has different values, so I'm not going to judge you, but...
The reason why I decided to date him back in college because he had really good grades. He was one of the smartest guys in the entire place. I really expected him to have a fantastic career in the future. I was so disappointed when I found out that he was going to work for a small and unknown company as his first job out of college. I heard that he still works there too. Why would anyone want to work for such a low-paying company like that?
You know, I actually work at the same company as him too.
Well, it's not as bad for you as you're a woman. Men should be the one earning the majority of the money in a household.
I don't think that's necessarily true for everyone. Especially in recent times. Those stereotypical roles have started to change.
Surely you're starting to regret dating him, though. You told me earlier today that he lives in that old and rusty house. You should be able to see that he has absolutely no future ahead of him at all.
I told you this earlier, but money isn't everything, you know? He's continued to live in that house because he likes it there and finds it comfortable. I don't understand why you seem to have such a big problem with it. You're not dating him anymore, so it shouldn't matter where he lives. Also, I'm dating him because I love his personality, and his values align with my values. I respect him a lot, and I trust him with my life. I'm not dating him for his money or his position at a company.
Yeah, whatever. Women just say that kind of stuff, but they don't mean it. You're probably gonna jump ship at the first opportunity you get. The best form of happiness we can find is getting married to a rich and successful guy that's gonna earn a living for us. You're voluntarily giving that up by dating him. What a huge waste. You're gonna regret this decision later on in life when you're poor and begging for food. On the other hand, I'm gonna be able to quit my job and live a luxurious life.
As I said many times, it seems like we have different values. I wouldn't quit my job even if I were going to marry a rich guy. Working is very fulfilling for me and something that I wish to continue doing.
Like you really mean that. You wouldn't be saying that if you could get a rich guy. Anyway, goodbye. I gotta get going.
Hey Kate, do you have a moment?
Yeah, I'm free right now. What is it?
I wanted to discuss something with you. You know that we're planning on going to take a look at some properties to rent out next week, right?
Yeah, we're going to the real estate agent next Saturday. Something on your mind?
Well, I was thinking that maybe we should just buy a house outright instead of renting a place out.
Wait, you want to buy a house?
Well, I discussed this with our boss, and he told me that we wouldn't be transferred to any of the other offices. Even if we did get transferred, we could rent out the house if we buy one.
I'm not against it, but it's a pretty big life decision to buy a house. Also, no offense, but both of our salaries are kind of pretty bad, you know? I'm not sure that we're in a financial position to be thinking about buying a house. I think that we should just rent out a place for now and start saving up some money. Maybe we can think about buying a house in about 5 or 6 years' time.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I probably should have told you about this first. I forgot that you don't know about this yet. I actually have the money to buy a house already.
Wait, for real? I had no idea. Like, how much do you have saved up?
I have about $3 million saved up. I don't want to get a loan, so I'm planning to buy the house in just one payment.
Did you just say $3 million? What?
What's the matter?
Are you sure you didn't mean $300,000? Even that amount would really surprise me. You've never told me about any of this. Where the hell did you get that kind of money from?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you about it. I was going to tell you about it soon. I really said everything in the wrong order today. I'm sorry if I surprised you by telling you this. I'll tell you about all the details in person, but I guess I can give you a basic idea as to how I got the money.
Yeah, please do tell me. I'm a little worried about such a huge amount of money seemingly appearing out of nowhere.
So, my granddad actually reached out to me back in college. He knew that I was getting really good grades, and he asked me if I was interested in investing. I was really intrigued, and I told him that. He decided to lend me a large amount of his money, as he thought that I would be great at investing. I really enjoyed the whole idea, so I did a lot of research about the various forms of investing. I ended up doing very well, and by the time I knew it, I had over $2.5 million saved up.
Whoa, that's absolutely crazy.
My grandpa actually made me promise a few things when he lent me the money. He told me that I couldn't tell anyone about the investments unless I completely trusted them. He also told me that I couldn't just quit college and that I'd have to find a job in my field. He then told me that I'd have to make a living using just the salary I earned from my job. The money he lent me for investing was not to be used unless it was for an emergency. So I've kept abiding by his rules, and that's why I'm living like how I am.
Oh, I see. I'm still struggling to take this all in, but it kind of makes sense now. I had no idea that you were a genius investor, though. I always thought you were the athletically gifted kind of guy. You're always working out, too.
I'm not sure if you're insulting me or complimenting me.
I mean that as a compliment.
Thanks, I guess. I'm still investing, by the way, and I'll continue to do so even after we get married. I'll also make sure to give you updates from now on, too.
Thanks for trusting me with the information. I have absolutely no knowledge about investing, so I won't be able to help you out, though.
That's no problem at all. You can leave it all to me. I just wanted to let you know that I do have some money saved up just in case of emergencies. I decided to tell you about this because I trust you 100% and because you're very disciplined with money. You don't overspend and you also save money for the future. I figured that you wouldn't change that much even if I told you about the money that I have saved up.
Thanks for trusting me. I'm really glad that you decided to talk to me about this.
I'm glad I managed to get this out of the way. I'll tell you more about what I do this weekend. Let's also talk about the house this weekend too.
Yeah, sounds good.
Kate! What is going on? You have some explaining to do.
What are you talking about all of a sudden, Hannah?
There's this beautiful new house that was built nearby my friend's condo. I have no idea why, but I saw Tom going into the house. What the hell is happening? Also, shouldn't you be kind of worried about it?
Why should I be worried?
Are you guys really able to afford a place like that with his pathetic salary? You guys are never going to be able to pay off all the loans.
It's not really any of your business, but we're going to be fine. We've thought it all through, and we're not going to be troubled financially.
I guess it's fine if you feel that way about it. Anyway, that's all. Goodbye, Kate. Hey, Tom. It's been a while. It's Hannah, your beautiful ex-girlfriend. You remember me, right? Hey, pick up. I have something really great to tell you. You're gonna want to hear it.
What do you want from me all of a sudden, Hannah? I don't have any reason to be talking to you anymore. Could you just leave me alone? I'm busy and I don't have the time to be chatting with you.
Hey, don't say something like that. We have so many good memories together, remember? Oh, we were so deeply in love back then. I'm sure that you still have feelings for me. I still think I have feelings for you too.
Seems a little weird for you to be saying that when you're the one that dumped me. You mistook the house that I borrowed during college as my parents' house and left me because you thought me and my family were dirt poor. You really shouldn't be talking to me like this. Please, just leave me alone.
I feel bad for what I did to you back then. I really do. I never should have judged you like that. I was young and stupid back then. I want to make up for that mistake I made. I've realized that I really don't have any luck with decent guys. You're the best guy that I've ever been with. I recently found out that the guy I was dating had a huge amount of debt. I thought that he earned $300,000 a year, but in reality he was $300,000 in debt. He stopped buying me stuff and I completely lost any feelings that I had for him.
Oh, I kinda get why you decided to contact me now.
Anyway, that stuff doesn't matter. I have something to tell you. You need to hurry up and break up with that weird woman you're with right now. I'll get back together with you. We can start dating again. I bet you're so happy to hear this. We should start off by planning a romantic vacation together to catch up. How does Paris sound?
Seems like you haven't changed at all. You're still absolutely crazy.
Crazy in a good way, right? I'm gonna be your crazy girlfriend again. Oh, by the way, I saw that really nice house that you moved into. I'm guessing that your rich granddad built it for you. He's a successful investor, right?
Wait, what? Where did you hear that from?
I actually did a little research on you, seeing as we're gonna be getting married. I asked around some of your friends and coworkers. I also took a look through your social media. That's how I found out that your granddad is actually a successful investor. I know that you earn a pathetic salary, but it seems like you're going to be inheriting some of your granddad's money in the near future. I guess that makes things acceptable enough. As long as I can stop working and become a housewife, I'm happy.
Yo, just stop with your ridiculous ideas. Why are you talking about any of this? Do you not realize how many years it's been since we broke up? You're no longer part of my life at all. I also don't plan on having you back in my life at all either. I've been so much happier ever since we parted ways. I intend to keep it that way.
Well, I had no choice but to break up with you back then. I had no idea that you had a rich granddad. You were living in that rusty old house, and I just assumed that you and your family were super poor. I never would have ended things with you if I'd known you had a rich family member. It's kind of your fault, too, for not telling me about it. Anyway, now that's all sorted out, let's get back together. I'll even marry you right away. That house looks like an amazing place to live. I'm actually in front of the house you built right now. Let's get married.
Stop being crazy and leave me alone immediately. I'm already married. I have no idea why you thought that something this ridiculous would work out. You know that me and Kate were going out from a few years ago, right?
Well, I knew about that, but you should leave a woman like that. I'm so much more attractive than her. I think I would choose me over an ugly witch like her.
Okay, you need to stop insulting her right now. She's my wife and she's absolutely beautiful. She also has values that align with my values and I completely trust her. Even after she found out about all the money that I have, she didn't change at all. She's completely different to a gold digger like you. I feel so sorry for any man that might date you in the future. I never would have become happy if I had kept dating you anyway. I'm actually glad that you decided to dump me. I should say thank you for that. I also have no intention of helping you pay back your debt either.
Wait, hold on a minute. Why do you know about that? I never told you about my debt at all.
Yeah, I thought it might be something like that.
Wait, what? I don't understand. Did you just trick me?
I know how bad of a spender you are. You've always spent way too much money. That's why I thought you might have come to me because of debt. It wasn't that difficult to figure out.
I can't believe that you would trick me into saying this. You're just unbelievable.
You should probably go ask someone else for help. I'm not gonna do anything about this. Dating you back in college was one of the biggest mistakes of my life. I am so glad that I didn't end up getting married to a witch like you. Don't bother trying to contact me ever again. I want you to stay completely out of my life.
Hey, Kate. Oh, I have some unfortunate news for you. I'm gonna be the one living with Tom from now on. You need to leave him immediately.
Hannah? Stop trying to mess with me like that.
I'm telling you the truth. I decided to sneak into his new house with some of my belongings. I guess he still had feelings for me after all. He said some mean things to me last week, but I guess he still wants to be with me after all.
Wait, you snuck in. Did he really give you permission to do that?
Well, he left me a cake that has the word welcome written on it. He also left me an expensive looking wine and some really nice cheese in the fridge. I'm guessing that he's planning to hold me a surprise welcome party.
Hannah, I don't think that he meant that for you. How did you even get inside in the first place?
He kind of messed up and left the front door locked, so I had no choice but to break a window and sneak inside. I'm glad that he still loves me this much, though. Also, this house is absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy that I'm going to be living here from now on.
So you broke in by smashing a window. That's breaking and entering.
I'm sorry, but he's mine now. He's no longer going to be your husband. Tough luck.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Me and Tom are currently preparing dinner together in our new house. Where the hell even are you? You definitely didn't break into our house. We would have noticed if you did.
Wait, what do you mean? This is his house for sure. It's the white 3-storied house near the station, right?
That place isn't our house. Our house isn't close to any station at all.
Wait, what? You're joking, right?
Oh, I think I know what's happening now. You saw Tom walk into that house and that's why you thought it was his place. You made a completely wrong assumption.
Wait, what? So you're telling me that this isn't his house? You need to tell me what's happening.
That house is one of Tom's friend's house. He was walking in and out of that house as he was helping them move in that day.
Then, what is this cake inside the fridge? It says welcome on it. There's also a nice bottle of wine and a bunch of preparations for a nice meal.
Tom just told me that the guy got married recently. Apparently his wife's family is coming over for the first time to visit them in their new house. That's probably why there are preparations like that. You've just broken into a complete stranger's house. Sounds like you've really gone and messed up.
Oh, God! This can't be good at all. Oh my God, no way.
Did something happen?
Somebody just came back. I heard the front door open right now.
Wait, you're still in the house? What are you doing? Well, it looks like you have some serious explaining to do. Also, don't bother contacting me or Tom ever again. Both of us don't want anything to do with you anymore. We're both blocking you and cutting ties with you completely. Goodbye forever, Hannah. We hope that you get punished for what you did. The police were immediately called to the scene when the owners of the house found Hannah inside their house. It must have been really shocking to them to see a complete stranger inside their house that they had just moved into. Fortunately, Tom managed to warn his friend about it in advance, so they weren't taken by complete surprise. Unfortunately, the nice bottle of wine that they prepared for his wife had been completely drunken by Hannah. Hannah was immediately arrested by the police that came to the scene, and she was made to pay for all the damages she caused to the house. She was also charged for trespassing and now has a criminal record. Her parents ended up finding out about all of this, and she was immediately told to live with them as they needed to monitor her actions. They ended up finding out about her debt as well. Currently, she's working a full-time job at a local factory, and her parents completely control her finances. They take money from her paycheck as rent, and also a portion to put towards paying off her debt. She doesn't get any money to herself that she gets to spend. It seems like this is going to continue until all of her debt is paid off. God knows how long that's going to take. She tried to contact me to ask me for help, but I blocked her number without reading or replying to her messages. I'm glad that she's getting punished for what she did. I hope that I never have to talk to or see her ever again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Hey Max, I need to talk to you. You're on your lunch break right now, aren't you?
Oh, hey Tabby, is everything okay? I have time to talk now. What's the matter?
I'm just gonna say it. You're cheating on me, aren't you?
What? Where did that come from? I'm not cheating on you. Why would I do that?
You can't lie to me. I have proof and everything.
Proof? Why would you need proof? You can't possibly have proof because I didn't do anything.
So that you don't get away with it, I'll make sure everyone knows what you did.
Okay, well then send it to me. I bet there's a reasonable explanation for whatever you think is going on.
No way! If I send you all my cards, I won't have a hand to play.
Well, I haven't cheated, not once. I haven't even thought about it. I really have no idea what's going on. This is all so sudden. If you do have any proof, it's most likely something I can explain pretty easily. But I can't do that unless you show it to me. Just let me see it and I'll prove to you that I'm not actually cheating.
Show it to you so you can come up with an excuse? I don't think so. Either way, I know you're cheating on me. That's the truth.
It's not true. Why don't you trust me? We've never had trust issues before. I didn't realize I'd done anything to make you doubt me so much.
Don't be so stubborn. Just admit that you're cheating on me and I'll make this easy for you. This is your last chance.
I don't need any chances. I didn't do anything. I'm not gonna lie to you, not even to make you feel better or to put an end to this. I didn't cheat on you and I never would.
Fine then. I'm just gonna take everything you have in the divorce.
Divorce? We don't need to get divorced. Wait, where did that come from? We love each other, don't we?
I thought we did, but I guess I was wrong. You can't just cheat on me without consequences. You can deny it all you want, but I have proof. If I wanted, I could go to a lawyer and divorce you right now. But I'll give you one more chance to make it up to me. If you give me $100,000, I won't divorce you.
What? Why would I give you that much money? I don't even have that much money. Who would ever be able to just hand out that much? Divorcing you would be way cheaper, and at this rate, it doesn't sound like such a terrible idea. Regardless, I didn't cheat, so I'm not giving you a penny. I don't care if you don't believe me, there's no way that there's any proof.
Wow, when did you grow a spine? You've never spoken to me like that before. Usually you don't do anything until I let you do it, and you always do exactly what I say.
It's not that I just do what you say, it's that I like to do what I can to make you happy. But only within reason. We haven't even been married for 6 months yet. I don't want to fight with you. I wanted to do this right.
Then do the right thing and send me $100,000. Simple. If you want me to forgive you, admit that you cheated on me and send me the money right away. Until then, we're fighting. The next message I get from you better be confirmation that you've put the money in my account. Anything else, I'm just gonna ignore you. Goodbye, cheater.
Hey, Tabby, you can't be serious. Tabby, listen to me. Hey, Max, how's it going? Hello, Alex. I'm alright. Is everything okay? I was just a bit worried about you. Worried about me? Was it that obvious? You were texting someone during lunch, right? Whatever it was, you looked super annoyed. Did something happen? Was it that obvious? Sorry it was enough to make you want to ask me about it. I really don't want to mix up my private and work life like this, but it's just a lot all at once. No, it's fine. You're usually pretty quiet and focused during work, so I couldn't help but notice. You don't usually do anything to make yourself stand out, so it was strange to see you look so angry. Whatever it is, don't let it affect your work. It might help you if you talk about it.
If you keep it all pent up, you won't be able to focus.
Thank you. I'm sorry, it's just that my wife accused me of cheating.
You? I don't think anyone thinks you would ever cheat. You're probably the last person on earth I ever expect to cheat on their wife. Besides, you're only ever with her or working hard. I don't know anyone more devoted than you.
Of course I wouldn't. But she texted me out of nowhere and then said that I needed to give her $100,000 or she would divorce me.
What the hell? Any normal person would just get a divorce, right? I wouldn't be able to stay married to someone who cheated on me, no matter how much they paid. And who is expected to have that much money lying around at once? That's more than I've had in my amount in years.
Obviously, I'd prefer not to get divorced. I love her, I married her for a reason. But I can't lie. It's like she's a completely different person. She just accused me and didn't even try to hear me out. It hurts knowing she doesn't trust me. I feel like I don't even know her anymore. She says she has proof, but she won't show it to me, so I can't even defend myself. I don't have any memory of even thinking about cheating on her, so I have no idea what it could possibly be. I don't have any female friends, and almost all of our coworkers are men too. I don't think I've ever spent time alone with a woman that isn't Tabby. As soon as I got home, she started yelling at me about how much money I owe her. I have no idea what to do. She won't say anything other than, "Give me the money," anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'll be much help at work tomorrow.
You know, this probably didn't just come out of nowhere.
What do you mean?
Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions? I have the day off tomorrow. I'll tell our boss I need you for something. Let's get lunch together, take the rest of the day off. I think there's more to this story than she's letting on. I know a few lawyers. I'll give you their details. Obviously, it's better if you don't need them, but better safe than sorry.
Thank you. That would be really helpful. Oh, I'm sorry for dumping all of this on you, but you're right. I feel a lot better now. Let's meet tomorrow.
Great. Let me book somewhere nice. It has private booths, so we don't have to worry about anything hearing or bothering us.
Thank you for everything. I really owe you one, Alex.
Hey, what's wrong with you? Why haven't you put the money into my account yet? Do you really want to get a divorce? I don't mind, you know. I'll get money either way. But if you don't give it to me now, then you lose the money and your wife. I only have so much patience and it's starting to wear thin. Hand over the money before I decide to just take you to court.
This again? Where even are you right now? You left a while ago without even telling me where you were going. I don't feel right about this, Tabby. You should really be at home.
Does it matter? I can do what I like, actually. Would any normal person stay in the house of the man who cheated on them? I don't think so. I guess you really can't stand being away from me. That's why I'm trying to give you an option other than divorce, you know? Because I know how lonely you'd be if I wasn't there.
Just tell me where you are. I'm your husband. You should be able to tell me that much.
You say that, but you lied to me about where you went today, too. I know everything, so don't try to hide it.
No, I didn't. What are you talking about?
You told me you were going for lunch with your coworker, but I know you actually went to meet your girlfriend. You really expect me to believe that you just have lunch with a random coworker? Especially when you took the whole day off to do it?
I actually did meet my coworker for lunch today. I took the day off because I can't focus on anything but you right now, Tabby. Why would I lie about that? And don't be annoying, my coworker is a man.
What, so you expect me to ask him to meet me so he can prove you're telling the truth? I bet he's actually one of your friends who would say anything you wanted him to. I don't trust some cheap talk from a guy you probably paid to give you an alibi.
Tabby, please just calm down for once and listen to me. You know this doesn't make any sense. I just want to talk. Why are you acting like this all of a sudden? You never would have accused me of this before.
Well, I don't want to talk. I don't have to listen to anything a cheater has to say.
I'm not a cheater. I'll keep saying it because it's true.
Just give up already. All you need to do is give me the money. If you do that, I'll forget all about this whole affair.
We can go back to being a normal couple. I refuse to go home until that money is in my account. Hurry up and send it to me. Now stop messaging me, traitor.
Hello. I wanted to say thank you again for today. It was really nice to have someone to talk to. I don't think I'd be able to go through this alone.
No worries. So, how'd it go with your wife? Did she respond when you messaged her?
It's pointless. Nothing I say is going to get through to her. All she says is money, money, money. She won't even believe that it was you I met for lunch today. And before I could even suggest her meeting you to clear it up, she said that I probably paid you to lie for me. Ugh, I feel like I'm going crazy.
She won't even let you explain your case?
She won't even come home. I messaged her earlier, but she wouldn't talk about anything but all the money she wants me to give her.
That is horrible and very, very suspicious.
I don't think there's anything I can do to make her listen. I think we should continue with the plan that you talked about at lunch.
Got it. Leave it all to me, Max. You should relax a bit. I'll talk to them first. Someone will probably message you about it after that.
Thank you so much.
Hey, you can't be serious. You really plan on just ignoring me? Just because I didn't message you for 3 weeks doesn't mean you shouldn't try to contact me. Unless you're taking so long because you're collecting extra money for me, then I expect the money right now.
Actually, I was just about to message you. Good timing.
Good. Did you finally get the money I want ready to send to me? I'm ready whenever you are.
No, actually, I wanted to let you know that I refuse to pay a penny.
What? Have you still not come to your senses? I already told you that I'm going to divorce you if you don't transfer me that money. You know what that means, right? If we get a divorce, you'll be alone for the rest of your life.
Okay, let's get a divorce.
Wait, what?
And I'll be suing you too, for harassment. Obviously, it won't be as stupid an amount that you asked for. But I've already spoken to a lawyer and he gave me a pretty decent figure.
Wait, I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense.
Oh, really? Which part?
You don't really want to divorce me, do you?
I do. Why?
Why? I thought you wanted us to stay as a happy couple. I thought you wanted us to stay married. All you need to do is send me $100,000. Is that really so hard?
At first, I really did want to find a way for us to work this out. But I realized that I don't need to. You're the one who's been going behind my back the whole time. Why would I want to stay married to someone as awful as you? I want to get a divorce as soon as possible.
What are you talking about? I haven't done anything wrong.
You're the one who's cheating on me. I know everything, so you don't need a lie. And out of everyone, it's with my best friend from college. Apparently, you've been with him since before we even got married. Why did you marry me in the first place? You should have just married him instead.
Why? How?
How did I figure out? I hired a private detective.
You did what?
My coworker has a friend who works as a private detective. He was kind enough to introduce me.
I can't believe you'd go that far.
Any sane person would realize that you demanding that much money wasn't for no reason. I knew there was something you were hiding from us.
That doesn't change the fact you're cheating on me too.
Do you actually believe that? I thought that you were lying for money.
You're cheating on me with Mrs. Alex Smith from your work. I know you went to lunch alone together. I saw the booking you made 3 weeks ago. But the biggest proof I have is the guys' trip you went on 2 months ago. You didn't actually go with any guys, did you? You went with Mrs. Smith. I even took a picture of the two of you boarding the train. You have no right to get angry at me for cheating when you're doing it too.
Wow, so this is the card that you've been waiting to play? Alex Smith is a guy. Alexander Smith. He's pretty androgynous, so he often gets mistaken for a woman by people who don't know him, but he's a completely straight guy. He's short and has quite long hair, but he also has a wife and kids at home. You can talk to anyone from my work and they'll confirm it for you. Unless you think I've convinced my entire company to lie for me somehow.
What? Really?
You can even meet him if you want to. He knows all about this whole situation. Don't you remember me introducing you to him on our wedding day? He definitely came.
Wait, he did?
I have never cheated on you, and I never would. I told you that from the start. The only one who's cheating is you.
I don't believe you. You're lying.
I wish I was, but we both know I'm not. Is it true that the reason you married me is because you wanted my dad's inheritance money? Is that the only reason? You didn't like me at all. I know my friend had a terrible gambling addiction the last time I spoke to him. Is he still in loads of debt? Is that why you want the money? My dad was really rich, but my mom is still alive. I let her have all of his money because she's too old to work.
You've got it all wrong.
No, I don't. I know everything and I have proof. I will be using it against you in court. You won't get a cent of my money.
Fine, whatever. It's true. Everything is true. We came up with this plan the second we heard your father might die.
So you married me just to repay his debt?
That's right. We planned to wait until your father passed away and then take all his money. I didn't realize I wouldn't inherit anything. So I planned to lie and make it look like you cheated and get the money that way. But then I found out about Alex and I thought you actually were cheating.
I see. I get along really well with Alex. I like him a lot. If it weren't for him, I might never have known what to do. I bet you thought you'd hit the jackpot.
Anyway, you didn't lose any money and I just told you everything. You can't sue me now, can you?
What are you talking about? You still try to commit fraud. And you told all of our mutual friends that I was cheating on you, didn't you? None of them will even talk to me anymore. What did you plan to do if someone from my work found out? I'd lose everything.
But that didn't happen.
Then why have all of our mutual friends stopped talking to me? You told them I was cheating, didn't you? Luckily, most of them believed me when I told them that I wasn't, but that's because they don't pay my salary. Some of them refuse to talk to me now, though. I hope you're happy about that. Anyway, we're getting a divorce regardless, and you won't see a single penny of my money. You've been staying at your boyfriend's apartment, right? I'm sending my lawyer there tomorrow. You better be there when he calls.
Wait, please. I didn't tell the entire truth. The thing is, I also have a lot of debt. I really need your help paying it off. If you divorce me and don't give me any alimony, we'll both starve to death. So please, just lend me some of the $100,000 you inherited from your dad. I promise I'll pay it back one day.
Actually, I only inherited $10,000. I know you looked through my bank statements to see how much I got. I think you read the number wrong.
I got it wrong by a whole zero. But your dad was rich. Why did you only get that much?
Do you know how much medical bills cost? Have you never been to the hospital before? Most of his money went to his cancer treatment. The rest went to my mom. My mom was nice enough to give me $10,000. Not that I'd accept $100,000 even if she had it.
I can't believe this. You mean my whole plan was for nothing? I just wasted all those years with you?
Anyway, like I said, my lawyer will visit you tomorrow. Don't you dare run away.
Wait, don't go.
Goodbye forever. I left everything after that conversation to my lawyer. I didn't ever want to speak to my soon-to-be ex-wife again. They both tried to sue me one more time, but they didn't have a leg to stand on. I managed to get a good amount of money due to the distress they caused me by both lying about me and suing me. Soon after, Tabby and I became officially divorced. Unable to survive without the massive debt crushing her and her husband, they both went crawling to their parents to beg for money. However, none of their families supported cheating, so they began to work 70-hour weeks just trying to make ends meet. Their debts just keep getting bigger and bigger. Finally, they realized that they'd never be able to pay off the amount of debt that they have and decided to run away into the night. They actually managed to avoid the police for a few months before getting caught gambling with stolen goods. As far as I know, they both hate each other. There are even rumors that Tabby ran away on a boat so that she'd never have to see her boyfriend again. I don't know what the truth is, but either way, it has nothing to do with me. I feel a lot better after the divorce and have been spending a lot of time hanging out with my friends and family. Everything at work is going perfectly. I received a promotion, and one of the women in my new department seems to like me very much. I'm thinking about asking her out on a date in the near future. Wish me luck! Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please press the like button and subscribe.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you? I have a little favor I need to ask you. Hey, Grace. It's been a while. I'm doing great. The graduation celebration is just around the corner. It'll be good to see you there. What's going on? Are you in some sort of trouble? No trouble, but I'm glad you brought up the graduation ceremony. What do you say if we change the time from 11 to, say, 9 o'clock at night? Wait, what? At nighttime? I think it's too late to do something like that right now. There's a lot of families attending the celebration and everyone will have to change their plans. I think it's best if we stick with the original schedule. Come on, do me a solid here. I'm sure the other families can make some arrangements and it will be fine. Just do me this one little favor, please. No. Sorry, Grace, I don't think I can do that. Why do you want to change the time in the first place? Wouldn't you? 11 o'clock in the day is so early. I think myself and the other families included would like to have a bit more time to sleep in. It is the weekend after all. True, we'd all like to get our beauty sleep in on the weekend. Then again, it's not like you're waking up when the sun rises. By the time it hits 11, the day has well and truly started. If it's that inconvenient for you, maybe you can go to bed a little bit earlier the night before? Yeah, about that. I don't think it's that simple. Why not? Tell me what's going on. Well, let's see. How should I put this? The truth is, I'll be going out for drinks the night before. I plan to have a long and wild night with my girls. You're going out at your age? Don't you think you're a bit old for that type of thing? Hey, youth isn't on the outside, it's what's on the inside. I'm still a hot, wild spirit. You should see all the young boys coming up to me during the night. Even at my age, I'm still the hottest girl in the club. Okay, I just had a sequence of really disturbing imagery. But looking past that, this is still really irresponsible, don't you think? I mean, we're celebrating the graduation of your kid. I think in this situation, you should be putting your child before yourself. Think about it. These kids only get this day once. You have plenty of days to go and enjoy yourself at the club. Come on, Stephanie. You know it's not like that. It's Friday, for Pete's sake. That's the one day of the week you want to go out and party. Be that as it may, there's still plenty of weekends for you to do that. Don't forget you're the organizer for this event. If you jeopardize the day and inconvenience the other families, I will lose a lot of respect for you. Just forget about going clubbing this Friday. You have something more important to do. Stephanie, you just don't get it, do you? The fact that the graduation ceremony is on Saturday is the reason why I can only go out clubbing on Friday. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. I can't exactly go out clubbing when I've got the kids to look after, right? So I've got my husband there to look after them for me. Wait, you're making your husband look after the children so you can go out clubbing. Was he seriously okay with that? I didn't get the impression that he was that type of guy. Of course I didn't tell him I was going out clubbing. We'd be fighting for weeks if I even brought up the idea to him. Here's what I did, and I think you'll like it. I told him you and me are having a little meeting before the graduation celebration. He thinks we're going to meet the day before to discuss what's going to happen and make sure the preparations are in order. He didn't ask a single question to me about it. In a few seconds, I finally created a window for me to go out and chase some excitement. I didn't want to waste an opportunity like this, so I went out shopping for some fancy clothes. I managed to snag a hot item for the boys to perv at on Friday night. Oh my God! What am I hearing right now? You're lying to your own husband. That's the worst thing a wife can do. Oh, get over it, Stephanie.
You know the other moms are doing this type of thing as well. What's so bad about me going out having some fun for a change? I do my job as a wife. I deserve a reward every now and then. Doesn't anyone care about how I feel?
I hear where you're coming from, but this is going a bit too far, don't you think? What are you going to do when your husband finds out?
Look, the only people that know about this thing is you and me. So as long as you keep your trap shut, he won't be hearing anything about it.
Don't think I'll keep my mouth shut about it for long. You dragged me in as an accomplice.
So what? We're friends, aren't we? I didn't think I needed your permission to do something like this. I thought you would have my back anyway.
Fine. All right, I'll look past it just this once. But you have to promise me that you'll be there on Saturday. I don't want to see you stumbling in late. And I especially don't want to see you in the same attire you were wearing the night before. I want you to be clean and proper.
Oh, calm down, madam. Of course I'll be the beautiful, clean mother that I always am.
Good. That's what I want to hear. But you know what that means, right?
Spending half an hour extra on doing my hair?
No. It means you have to put a cap on the amount of excitement you have on Friday night. If you don't go to bed early enough, you'll definitely not be waking up at 11.
Oh my God, what an absolute bore. Yes, fine. I'll do as you say.
Good. I'm begging you, Grace. This is an important day. Don't disappoint everyone. All right, Gracie, come on. It's already 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Where the hell are you?
Give a girl a break, Stephanie. Even you need your beauty sleep. What's the urgency for me to wake up anyway?
Are you serious right now? You know what we have today, right?
Huh? Sister, what are you talking about?
Oh my God! You seriously are hopeless, aren't you? Your mental age is younger than our children.
Hey, no need for the insults. Just what are you on about anyway?
Come on. Remember our long chat yesterday?
I did have a funny dream about you getting me up for some party the kids were having.
Dream? Grace, you are killing me right now.
Wait, are you telling me that was real? Jeez, the alcohol really has gotten to me. Okay, I'll stop teasing you. We have the graduation party today, right?
We had the graduation party. The other mothers and I are having coffee at my place as the kids run around outside. We're all super disappointed you could do something this selfish. Especially since you were the one that organized this. If you didn't want to do something like this, why did you put your hand up in the first place?
Look, if we're gonna have a party, you should leave it to the pro. I didn't want one of you dullards creating a dismal celebration for me to sulk around.
Well, let's take a look at the party you organized. You left us stranded with a bunch of party items that we had no idea what you were planning to do with. We did the best that we could, but it was hardly the best send-off for our children. Did you even think of how your own child feels knowing his mother cares about some trivial night with hooligans instead of celebrating her beloved child?
That little brat gets more than enough love from his mother. I've bought him all the toys and gadgets to keep him preoccupied and happy.
Sadly, I don't think that type of motherly service is the emotional connection he is yearning for.
Well, whatever. Look, it's one day, so surely he can look past it once. He's got a whole lifetime of me doing my job as a mother. Besides, you know what type of circumstance I was in. Last night was the only time I could do something like this.
Oh, you mean because your husband took care of the kid for you?
Exactly! You have no idea how much of a bore our home life is. The man works all day, doesn't send me one message, and when he gets home, he goes straight to the bath and sits in there all night. He's selfish and doesn't lift one finger to help me with the household or child.
I'm not in a position to judge other people's household, but I think that's the trade-off you two make when you decided to marry. Plus, I know the type of work your husband is in. He's got quite a hectic schedule when he puts that suit on. I wouldn't blame him for taking the time to relax in a bath.
Sounds like you're a little too chummy with my husband, Stephanie. Know your place and stay away from him. You talk about how bad I am for missing one day. You should be ashamed of yourself for enticing another woman's man.
I've got no words to express how stupid you sound right now. By that logic, anyone that knows what type of work your husband is engaged in is automatically romantically interested in him? You can stop the gaslighting, Grace. I know you're trying to take the spotlight off yourself.
I'm not trying to take the spotlight off me. I genuinely don't want you anywhere near my man.
Well, if that's the case, I have bad news for you.
Don't tell me. I can already put the pieces together. While I was out having a great time, you figured you could have a great time yourself. I bet you snuck into her house the moment I walked out the door. I hope you had the decency to wait till my kid went to bed.
You're insane! What a baseless accusation. No, the sad news I want to tell you is that I am with your husband right now. He's here getting along with the other mothers.
Huh? My honey is there. Why though?
Well, think about it. If you weren't awake to take your own kid to his own graduation party, who would? From what your husband says, he tried multiple times to get you out of that bed. He woke you up a couple of times, but you didn't even have the energy to stand yourself up. Apparently you rolled off the bed, cursed to yourself, and then went straight back to snoring.
Huh? So that's how I ended up on the floor. I haven't drunk to that extent in a long time. I must have had a hell of a night.
With that amount of lethargy, as well as the time you've woken up, I'm guessing you pulled an all-nighter in the city? Your husband thought about putting you back into bed, but it seems this isn't the first time something like this has happened. He's quite fed up with the way you've been lately.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Admit it. This isn't the first time you've been in a drunken stupor, is it? Your husband and I talked at length today about your behavior.
Oh my God. He's not getting suspicious, is he?
He sure is, darling. There are countless mornings when no matter what he does, he can't get you to wake up. He says that he comes home to bottles of alcohol sprawled about the place and shattered wine glasses. He tries to talk to you about why the place is in the state it's in, but you're always passed out when he tries to talk to you. Even the small little pockets he has to talk to you is useless because he has his commitment to work.
What has that selfish fool been telling you? Sure, I had a bit to drink every now and then, but that's only because of the neglect I get from my husband. If he gave me the care and attention I deserved, I wouldn't turn out this way. If he wants a home that he looks forward to coming back to, I need a husband that I look forward to seeing first.
As I said, I'm not in a position to comment on another person's household, but from the looks of things, he's holding up his end of the bargain. Think about it. The beautiful house you get to slumber in was bought by your husband. The alcohol you get to abuse at night was financed by your husband. Even your little escapade yesterday was thanks to your husband. Can you really say that you're in a position to judge him?
What are you getting at, Stephanie? Are you saying I should be grateful to him? He has the luxury of having a wife of this level of feminine exceptionality. That amount of financial prosperity is the least a man should provide for me. A woman needs more than money. She needs an emotional connection with her man. If she doesn't get that, she has to drown her emotional damage in drink. See things from my point of view, please.
No matter what way you spin it, all I see is a woman who only cares for herself. Sure, I would have taken your sentimental story at base value and sympathized with you, but through my interactions with you, I can't really blame your husband. You prioritized yourself over your own child, and I can definitely see you prioritizing yourself over your husband. I'm sorry, Grace, but I've never met a woman with a character as low as yours.
I can't believe the way you're talking to me right now, Stephanie. You're meant to be my friend. You're meant to have my back.
I don't have the back of people who turn their backs on others. Just so you know, I told your husband about your little lie. He knows you went out last night.
You did what? Why?
Because he asked.
You could have made up some excuse. Maybe even put me in a better light.
Sorry, I don't have a character as low as yours. I'm not gonna let evil get away with letting people down any longer. He knows what you've been getting up to now, and he's not happy.
This is bad. I need to talk to you guys. I'm on my way to the party.
No can do, Missy. I told you the party is already over. Everyone is thinking about going home now. Your husband was quite vague, but he said he's gonna do the right thing when he gets home. If it means cutting ties with you, the other mothers and I have the same idea.
What the hell? Having you guys leave me in the dust is one thing, but my husband too! You can't do this to me. I'll be alone.
If you want people to care about you, you have to reciprocate that care as well, Grace. Hopefully this harsh lesson will teach you to treat others better. Let us know what happens when your husband gets home. Grace did her best to arrange the house as best as she could before her husband came home. Just as she had finished up scrubbing the puke she threw up in the bedroom the night before, she heard the lock click downstairs. Sure of herself that she sufficiently cleaned up the mess she created, she rushed downstairs to embrace her husband and tell him how much she loved him. To her dismay, she must have been puking all the way to the bedroom and trampled on the slimy mess left on the stairs. Her husband, not only disgusted by his wife's behavior, but also the pukey stains she left around the house, quickly shrugged her off and demanded a divorce. After a whole afternoon of cleaning and eventually packing her belongings, Grace was left outside that night to find a place for herself. I'm not sure what happened to her, but she'll have to be really stubborn to pull a stunt like that with the next guy. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video.
I should beat the hell out of you for doing something like that. Do you have any idea who I am? You're going to regret not giving me what I want.
Oh my God, who is this? Why are you sending me this type of thing?
Just when I thought you couldn't get any ruder, you actually forgot the person you exchanged contact information with? That's a different level of disrespect. You're treading on thin ice. I'd be careful with what you say next if I was you.
Right, hold on, it's coming back to me now. You're the customer that came in before, aren't you? I'm sorry if I offended you or anything. Getting a message like that out of the blue is quite frightening. Even you have to admit that.
Yeah, well, if you were any good at your job, you would have realized it was me in the first place. You don't forget something like that easily. You have no idea who you're messing with, girl. I could squash you like a bug. You better change your attitude.
Okay, I can understand if you were angry before when you wanted to file a complaint, but don't you think you're taking it too far now? You don't need to threaten me. What you were asking me was nothing to get upset about in the first place.
You really don't get it, do you? I'm not your average person. You don't get off disrespecting me even in the slightest. Just ask around town about Big Betty. I have quite the hefty reputation around here. Everyone knows I'm not the type of person to be messed with. You got that? So you better change the attitude when you talk to me, or I will be adding you to the bodies I've put in the ground.
Whoa! I don't care about who you were in the past or what you are now. That's not the type of thing you say to someone. Do you realize how much trouble you could get in for saying that? You're lucky you're dealing with a kind-hearted person, or else I would have reported you to the police already. Let's just finish it there before you say something reckless.
Ha! Good luck with doing that. Even the police are shivering in their shoes as they think about me. That's how powerful my reputation is here. Nobody messes with me.
Are you really that big of a deal? I've never heard about you before. Then again, I haven't lived here for that long. This isn't my hometown, so I don't know what type of history it has. I don't even have many friends yet. You're the first person I've ever met to make such a big deal about a drink bar service, by the way. What you're asking is petty and not fair. You can't threaten people to get what you want.
What? The way I've been treated so far has not been fair. How long have I been coming to this restaurant? I've been a regular customer here since I was a little girl. Granting me a free drink bar is the least you could do for my long patronage. Heck, if I wasn't the one coming to this restaurant, it would have closed down ages ago. You should be showering me with gifts for my kindness. Especially if you don't want to experience the wrath of Big Betty. You'd be smart to start showing me some respect.
Are you actually proud of that name? It's quite comical, don't you think? Anyway, listen here, Big Betty. Your reputation means nothing to me because I've never heard your name before. I'm not giving you free drinks. You can threaten me as much as you want. I'll contact authorities if I have to.
You know, you really get on my nerves. You know what? I've had enough of talking to you. Just where is the manager of this shoddy shop anyway?
Didn't I tell you today? He's fallen incredibly ill lately and we don't know when he's gonna be back. I'm doing the best I can to manage this place on my own.
Yeah, well, you know what? When he finally does come back, you can ask him about who I am. When he realizes he got on the bad side of Big Betty, he'll know what's coming to him. He won't give it a second thought in granting me my free drink bar. Don't be surprised if he fires you out of fear for what'll happen to him.
Yes, okay then. If it strokes your ego and puts you in a good mood, I'll do it. Just so you know, we happen to talk about people in the town often and I've never heard your name once.
We'll see about that, won't we? You're gonna regret the way you've talked to me, Missy. When I come back, I want my drinks to be ready. You better watch out. I'm coming in today and I'm not in a good mood. I better see those drinks lined up for my selection. Not only that, but because of the rude attitude you gave me last time, I expect my meal to be free today too.
Let me guess, this must be Big Betty again. Oh boy, here we go. Look, I don't know what type of world you think you're living in, but people don't just get what they want by demanding it. Even if your reputation is as menacing as you say it is, I'm not the type of person to listen to threats.
You really don't get it, do you? Do you have any idea what I could do to you in this second-rate shop? I can absolutely obliterate you. I put businesses in such a condition that they've had to repair it for months. Is that what you want? To be on your hands and knees scrubbing the floor? Don't take standing around here doing nothing for granted. After I'm done with this place, you'll be repairing the shop for months.
Oh, get over yourself. You can't do that much damage to the store without getting caught. If you did anything like that, you'd be in jail for most of your life. Your empty threats don't scare me. Now, if you come in and ask politely, maybe I'll give you the drinks you desire so much for the price we have listed on the menu.
Insolent girl! Don't you dare question my reputation. Just ask the manager yourself. He'll attest to my savagery.
Yeah, about that, I actually had a little talk with him. His reaction when I told him your name might surprise you.
There's not been one display of fear that has surprised me so far. I've seen the whites in people's eyes as they cower in front of me. I am the most horrifying being to stroll upon this earth.
No. Would you believe that the sound of your name put a smile on his face? Looks like he knows who you are. Whatever reputation you have doesn't seem to frighten him.
What? You're bluffing. I know that's not the way people react when they hear about me. I'm Big Betty, for Pete's sake.
You seriously have to stop with that name. It's not as cool as you think. Also, I'm not lying. He was genuinely amused about what I had to tell him. He was laughing the whole time as I was telling him about our interaction and what you were demanding. It got to the point where he was laughing so hard that sound wasn't coming out. I couldn't help but laugh myself.
Right, that's enough. You two have really done it now. How dare you mock me? You've been properly warned on what'll happen to you if you keep sliding me. Now you're gonna get it.
Before you start tooting your own horn, do you have any idea who my manager is? He has a reputation himself, apparently.
Don't know, don't care. He's probably just some lazy nobody.
Oh yeah? Have you by some chance heard of the name Mighty Mike before?
Mighty Mike. What a suitable name for a loser working there. Wait. Mighty Mike. Don't tell me that's your actual boss.
Well, he doesn't go by Mighty Mike anymore. We just call him Michael here. So you do know about him. I'll assume you'll stop bothering us about this nonsense over the drink bar. You don't want to disrespect someone who's that respected in this community.
Respected? That guy is more than just respected. He's like an old folktale at this point. His tales of brutality used to keep me up at night. I can't imagine someone like that living in this neighborhood. The fact that he still exists is insane. I thought he was just a myth.
His tales of brutality? What are you talking about? He's the nicest guy ever. He's taken a lot of crap from customers, but I haven't seen him lash out once. He's got the coolest temperament I've seen in anyone.
What are you talking about? This guy is a stone-cold fighter. They say he's taken on 50 guys at once. Not only that, he gave them to the count of 30 before he laid a hand on them. That's 30 seconds of getting absolutely trashed from every direction. Do you even understand how insane that is?
I can't even imagine it. Michael is nothing but a ball of positivity. He only lays a hand on people to pat them on the back. You'd really have to tick him off for him to get like that. He hates confrontation.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe who I've been messing with. So what does that make you? Are you his disciple or something?
Geez, no way. I'm just an average girl trying to pay their way through school. I'm only doing this job so I can pay the rent. I have no idea about his legend or whatever. He's just a super nice guy and I like working for him.
Come on, how could you not have heard about him? You've worked there for how long now? The guy has even wrestled with a bear. They say that one day when he was living in the woods, a bear came up and attacked him. He had a knife on him, but he decided to take the bear down with his own hands. With his bare 2 hands. That's savage as.
Okay, I will admit that is an impressive feat, but it still has nothing to do with what I want to do. And to be honest, I think you should check the validity of these stories. I mean, come on, 50 people? He wrestled with a fully grown bear? That's just ridiculous. Sounds like something you'd read in a comic book.
You better be careful what you say about him. You really don't want to get on that guy's bad side. Words can't express how jealous I am of you. That guy has been my idol for my whole life. You should appreciate the position you were in. You should especially keep your mouth shut when you're thinking about disrespecting him. A disciple should have the utmost respect for their master, especially one as cutthroat as that.
I'm not trying to learn anything from the guy. All I do is take people's orders at a register. I couldn't care less about some violent, sadistic guy that instills fear in others. That's a world I don't want to be involved in. But if there's one thing I'm happy for, it's that his past has certainly quieted you down. You're like a scared little mouse now. Why don't you run back home into your hole?
Enough of that. I may not have the courage to face a guy like that, but I have more than enough to face you.
You're bluffing and threats are starting to bore me. You said you're coming in today, right? Maybe we should just get this all over and done with. Come into the store and you can make your demands with my boss. I'm sure Michael would love a chance to finally meet you. I'll have a towel prepared for any potential bloody mess that could occur.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I don't think I can come in today.
I wonder why that could be. Come on, spit it out. What excuse do you have for me?
Come on, have you even looked outside? The weather is atrocious right now.
Surely you could think of something better than that. You'd better come into the store if you know what's good for you. It's probably the only chance you have to save yourself.
Save myself from what? You just told me that Michael has stopped his violent acts. He's the nicest guy in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. We have enough dirt on you to put you away for a long time.
What are you talking about?
It seems you haven't realized, so I have to tell you. Our shop is well equipped with surveillance. There's not much that passes under our nose. We can see everything. It's even equipped with audio.
Yeah, and so what? What does that mean?
It means that all your violent, aggressive, and disgusting behavior has been caught on camera.
We have a long log of you coming into the store and insulting me. Not only that, but there's something we haven't talked about. You actually broke our drink dispenser, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Stop making lies.
I'm sorry, but that's not going to help you if we have it on camera too. That's an even more hefty crime than just insulting me. You should have thought twice before you did that. And then on top of it all, we have our WhatsApp conversations. All your vile threats toward me have been saved on this phone. I can go to the police anytime I want. So what are you gonna do?
Stop. You're taking this way too far. Of course, I had my own legend of being a terrifying entity that people didn't want to cross paths with. But I'm not that type of person now. I wasn't serious when I said all those things. I'm just a normal girl like you working a normal job. You don't have to do this. If you take this too far, I'm gonna lose my own job.
Look at you now. You grow smaller and smaller by the minute. I couldn't care less about you losing your own job. You're nothing to me. The moment I got you trapped in a corner, you start begging for forgiveness. It's quite pathetic, actually. Just so you know, your hero, Mighty Mike, has seen all of this. He knows every single thing that you've said to me, and he is not in a good mood.
No way! How could you do this? I don't care what you say about Mighty Mike. He might actually come after me now. Come on, have a little bit of mercy. There must be something you like about me. I'm a fellow human, for Pete's sake.
There's not even a glimmer of one thing that I like about you. Just saying your name, Big Betty, leaves a sour taste in my mouth.
Come on, I'll do anything. I'll even paint the store for you if you want. I'm giving you my genuine apology.
Is this actually happening right now? All that talk of damaging us so much that you'd put us out of business and now you want to help us? I'm actually getting a little amused from this. What else can you offer us?
Sorry, just forget it. I know no matter what I say, you're just gonna make fun of me for it. You are really a cruel person, you know that? They were just words. You don't have to make a big deal about it.
If you think I'm cruel, wait till you hear what Michael said. When he heard that you wanted to destroy his store, he said he would destroy you first. I guess you should know your enemies before you try and pick a fight with them. Especially when it's over something as petty as a drink bar. Now come down to the store if you want a chance of saving yourself. Big Betty never came in that day. She was probably too terrified to look Michael in the eyes and apologize. I'm not sure what type of fantasies she's had about him her whole life, but I can imagine her sitting in the corner of her room shivering at the thought of him. She probably thought that he'd come in and kick down her door at any moment. Despite what she said about Michael, I can't imagine him doing anything violent. Thankfully, with everything we'd amassed on Big Betty, we didn't have to go so far as to confront her. The police were able to kick down the door on our part. According to the police reports, she managed to escape a court hearing after wailing about how someone like her wouldn't last a day in prison. I guess all that talk about being a terrifying entity was all a lie. I knew from the very beginning that she wasn't the type of person to be scared of. But I wouldn't say it was a happy ending for her. We still managed to press charges for the amount of time she threatened me, as well as the damages she did to the store. On top of that, her company caught wind of her disgusting behavior outside of the workplace. In fact, word quickly spread throughout the town of what happened at our store. I'm sure the company didn't want to be linked to someone like that and fired her immediately. She's probably out there somewhere living in a cardboard box, scraping pennies off the pavement. I'd feel sorry for her if I didn't know how vile she is. As for our store, everything has gone back to normal. With one abusive customer out of the way, I've been able to keep up my spirits for the rest of the people that come here. My manager, Michael, is also in the same type of mood. He said it was an interesting experience because she brought up memories of the old days. He confirmed all the stories with me. I guess it was true that he did wrestle with the bear and actually fought off 50 people. He then told me he'd rather have another encounter with Big Betty than go back to those days. He's completely past the life of a bad boy. So now our little store is enjoying its nice little time of peace. Having a stable and relaxing job is quite beneficial for my studies. When I finish my studies and I'm finally out there in the real world, I hope I never come across someone like Big Betty again. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video.